This is the first apex predator.
It's so cute. Is that the cute? No, tigers and lions. I was trying to think of the cutest. What is the cutest apex predator in history? Next, we will be watching How It Feels Like to Die in Every Prehistoric Era by Spinosnacks. Make sure to subscribe and like and leave a comment in the doodly-doo.
If you got dropped into Earth's past at basically any point before right now, you would be dead in minutes. Sometimes it's because you can't breathe the air.
True.
Sometimes it's because something with too many teeth decides you're dinner. And sometimes it's just because the planet is running at a temperature that would make Death Valley look comfortable. We're gonna go through every single different prehistoric era, and in each one we're gonna figure out exactly what kills you and what that would actually feel like to go through. Fair warning, it is almost never quick, and it is definitely never pleasant, but on the bright side, you'll learn some stuff about Earth's
William
history.
Shatner.
So really, everyone wins, except for you, obviously, because you'll be dead. Let's start.
Hey, that's a matter of opinion. Wait, I'm not that sad. I don't want to die, so you're correct in that. There, that's better. I've corrected it. No one will be wondering now. Ha ha ha. They're never going to be thinking it. They can't see my cute, terrifying thoughts where I'm just like, man, I'm tired. Don't worry, I want to live. I have too much to live for. Like my collab with Chazor later. Too much to live for. Light Permanium is the worst. You have high temperatures, right? Oh my gosh. Luminous tired. I'm EP. Listen, I don't want to die. I just want to sleep. Gooey Zob. Yes, hi Chelsor. I'm late for this. It's okay.
With the Precambrian. So you land on a beach, which sounds nice until you realize the beach is made of black volcanic rocks that are hot enough to cook on. And the sky looks wrong. Not sunset wrong, just wrong. It's this sort of hazy orange brown that makes you think something went bad in the atmosphere. And you would be right, because basically everything went bad in the atmosphere.
Thank you.
Take a breath, because that's what humans do, and nothing happens. Your lungs pull in air and then immediately go into panic mode because there's no oxygen in it, just carbon dioxide and nitrogen and some other gases that aren't doing you any favors. It's not that the air is poison exactly, it's just that the air is not food for your lungs, and your body figures this out in about 3 seconds. Now your heart starts doing this thing where it beats faster and faster because it's trying to get oxygen to your brain, except there isn't any oxygen. So really your heart is just working overtime for no reason, which is honestly pretty sad if you think about it.
Also, I'm pretty sure that would kill you faster if there's no oxygen possible. The fact that it's doing that, like there's no air to get to, there's nothing you can do. The body is basically just being like, nah, let's play speed up on this. Let's just get out of here quicker. Let's use up all that oxygen a little bit quicker just to get us out of this. I think it's kind of the body's trying to save itself, but I think in effect it's trying to Alt F4 really. It's just like, nah, this ain't happening, champ. We're out of here. Sorry, darling. We're hitting that we're getting out of here real quick. I love your model. Thank you, Mythic. And Rainman USMC. Thank you for the follow. I mean the follow Prime sub. I can read. I'm a smart girly. I know words. Oh my gosh.
You can't think about it though, because your vision is already going dark around the edges, and you're maybe noticing that your skin is starting to feel like it's on fire. That is the sun, by the way, just directly microwaving you with ultraviolet light, because the ozone layer doesn't exist yet and won't exist for another billion years or so. The ground is burning your feet through your shoes. The sun is cooking you from above, and you're...
I don't know if I would panic in quicksand, honestly. I would I get calm. I get weirdly calm in physical danger. For some reason, if something is happening to me physically, I just mellow out. I become very intense about problem solving. I lose all of it's not even calm. It's like I become dead emotionally. If there's physical danger, I am just like, no, problem solving mode. What do I need? How do I get out of here? Let's get through this. Let's pull ourselves out of this. That's I would not be emotionally anything. I'd just be like, okay, problem solving mode. How do I get out of this? That's where I'm at. If it's emotional, or I don't know, some Pretty Woman or something like that, then I panic. If it's an emotional danger or worry, then that makes me panic. Your brain has processed panicking, does not help, and shuts off your emotions. Exactly. Danger Quicksand is tied to BMI, but I'm muscular. Technically, my BMI is higher than it should be because I'm 90% muscles. I'm a buff girly. My BMI is pretty high, okay? Even though I've got a low fat index, I have a lot of muscle. BMI is kind of useless, but it still gets used everywhere. But no, I've got a lot of muscle. I don't have a lot of fat though, so except for my chest. That's different. But I like that fat though. Yeah, can confirm. Thank you, DM. Thank like you, DM. And so it's like, I would still probably sink pretty fast. I know what you mean. I had a hand caught in a car door and I froze 100%. Listen, it just, you get used to it. It sucks. Tied to BMI doesn't necessarily mean high BMI is better. Oh, is low BMI damaged? Ooh. BMI is worthless. It lacks so many things. It's just not a good thing. It's not a
Lungs
helpful
are
thing.
trying to breathe something that might as well be nothing. 2 minutes is about all you get before your brain shuts off from lack of oxygen, which happens faster than you would think. You would probably fall over at some point. You would fall face first into some bacterial slime that's growing on the rocks, which is the only life on the entire planet right now. Your last sensation is heat and the feeling of suffocating.
That's your ancestors
and
too,
then your
probably.
brain just stops working because it ran out of fuel. There's no one around to care because evolution hasn't invented caring yet. The good news is that in the next era, oxygen exists and you can actually breathe. The bad news is things are going to come and eat you. So you show up in the Cambrian and immediately your lungs work, which feels incredible after the last disaster. The air has oxygen in it now, about the same amount as today. And for a few seconds, you're just standing there breathing and feeling like maybe this won't be so bad. The temperature is warm, but not kill you warm, more tropical. And you're on this rocky coastline looking out at clear blue water. The land is still basically empty. There's no trees or grass or anything. It's just bare rock and some dark crusty stuff that might be algae, but the ocean looks inviting and you are extremely thirsty.
This does seem like the best case scenario. I know it's going to get even more dangerous, but at least right now, as long as you stay on land, you should be safe, but you are thirsty. I think as long as you stay on land, you're fine. The ocean has never inviting. Well, it invites you to dinner. You're just the meal. Basically, a lower BMI means you're more likely to submerge, but you have easier time swimming out. Higher BMI means you won't sink, but you'll get stuck. Oh, weird. But yeah, the ocean is never inviting. But it does invite you to dinner, just sadly. Yeah. Don't drink salt water,
Walk into the water because you're thinking maybe you can find something to drink or at least cool off. And the water is bathwater warm and clear enough to see your feet.
Okay.
You're wading out to maybe waist deep when something big moves in the water near you. And this is when you learn the Cambrian Ocean is fully stocked with things that think you look edible. The thing coming at you is called a Nomlocaris, which is a name that doesn't really prepare you for what it actually
it looks kind of cute.
is. It is 3 feet long. It looks like someone tried to make a shrimp but gave up halfway and added horror movie parts instead, with these 2 long arms in front that have spikes all over them. It grabs your leg with those spike arms and immediately you understand that this is not a curious animal. This is a predator that knows what it's doing. In fact, this is the first apex predator. The spikes dig into your calf muscle and
It's so cute. Is that the cute? No. Tigers and lions. I was trying to think of the cutest. What is the cutest apex predator in history? Do you want something to rub all over you? Well, look no further, because I have a brand deal with Cheeky Soap, and you can get 10% off by using code STAR at checkout. This soap, it lathers better than any soap I've ever had, and unlike other fancy soaps, this one holds its shape. It doesn't immediately turn to mush as you're using it. This has the same firmness as a cheap bar soap, but has the same quality, delicious scent, and lovely body feel as a highly artisan soap you would get at the farmer's market. Also, if we sell enough soap, then they're gonna get me my own soap, so I can be right next to Giga and Iron Mouse. So please use code STAR at checkout and get 10% off. That's a pretty cute one, as long as you don't look at this underside. It's kind of cute though. I don't know. But this is also on your side. Like, I think if you stayed to the edges of the water and used rocks and stuff and tried to go fishing and stuff, there's a way you could live here. Sharks are older than trees. That's true. House cats, danger noodles. You know what, valid? Red pandas are technically apex predators? Okay, well, that's fair. Okay, maybe apex predators can be very adorable. I'm just reeling it. Humans? Well, I'd say that there's some adorable ones. There are some adorable ones, but I'd say it's 50-50. And I'm not saying on gender lines. I'm just saying, Lumi, marry Contel VA already. If she wants to, I will. But, she hasn't even asked me on a date yet. So, it's not on me. I'm making my intentions very clear. And if she doesn't want to reciprocate, then that's her prerogative. She doesn't have to. She doesn't need to reciprocate. But if she wants to, she knows I'm available. Okay? Okay?
animal twists, trying to pull you under
Happy Star
or
Wars
just
Day
hold
2
you
too.
still.
Yeah.
And its mouth is this circular nightmare of serrated teeth that starts scraping at your leg like it's trying to core an apple. You're trying to kick free, but the barbs on its arms are dug in deep, and the water around you is clouding up with blood because you're bleeding from multiple puncture wounds.
Jeez.
Eventually, you either drown because it dragged you under and
right,
you can't
Phoebe.
get back up, or
Empty
you
tree
manage to
place
get
they
away
follow.
and then die later from infection because that water is full of bacteria and your leg is full of holes. Either way, the ocean has filed you under prey.
I guess that there was no way to survive unless you could find a way to like burn the algae that's on ground, because there's no way to make fire to boil water. So I think I don't think that there's a way. I don't think there's a way to survive, but I feel like he could have lived longer if he avoided the water. I'm pretty sure if he just stayed on the land, he probably could have lived until he started dehydrating. River water could also work if it's not still, like, yeah, so pretty much cooked. Exactly. I think that this person just kind of died quicker than he needed to, if we're being honest. Why we are the forbidden soups meals, boys and girls.
Maybe land is better.
Yeah,
but real
cooked.
quick, if you're sitting here enjoying all these detailed descriptions of how you would die in the prehistoric times,
I
go ahead
am.
and hit the like button because apparently we found your thing. Subscribe to if you want more of this content,
did.
and follow me on TikTok and Instagram where I post stuff that's somehow too weird even for these types of videos, which should probably concern both of us. Again, maybe land is better. Well, we're moving on to the Devonian, and the land has trees now, which is progress, even if they're not normal trees.
Devonian.
You're in this humid swamp forest full of giant ferns and weird scale bark trees that look like they're covered in snakeskin, and everything is dripping wet and hot. The good news is that you can breathe fine, and even better news is there's actual fresh water here. Streams and rivers are running through the forest. You've been drinking salt water or nothing for a while now, so when you see a river, you basically run towards it, and this is your first mistake. The river's brown and slow moving. It's warm enough that you can wade right in, and you're thinking you'll drink some water, maybe cool off, because the humidity in this place is genuinely insane. You're knee-deep in the water, bending down a drink, when the thing that's been sitting in the deeper part decides that you're interested. What you're dealing with is Dunkleosteus, which is a fish.
Dunkleosteus? Okay, I see what you're doing here. It's gonna dunk on us. I get you. I see your games there, science people naming this fish in the past for the purpose of this one moment in this video. I know your game. You named this fish after this so that for this specific moment you could dunk on me. But no. I see your plans. I am smarter than you. You shan't get ahead of me. You shan't figure out my prowess, for I am the truth, the beginning, the never-ending power, and you can't stop me, darlings. Anyways, it's Relicanth. I like Relicanth. It's a cool Pokemon. It's good. Looks like Undine from Undertale a little bit. Is it ocean fish?
In the same way a chainsaw is a kitchen tool. It is 20 feet long, covered in armor plating.
Whoa.
And instead of teeth, it has these bony blade things that work like scissors, or more accurately, a guillotine. The jaws can bite with about the same force as a T-Rex is going to manage in another 100 million years.
That's not good.
That those blade jaws can cut through bone without much trouble. You don't
I'm
see
made
it
of
coming
bone.
because it's been sitting still in the murky water, looking like a rock or a log. And the first you know about it is when the water explodes next to you and something massive clamps around your waist. The pressure is immediate and your ribs are breaking. Multiple ribs are breaking at once. And then the blades are cutting through your skin and muscle, and you're being pulled backward into deeper water. There's no fighting this. You're in shock from your chest being crushed, and you're probably already dying from internal bleeding. The fish drags you under and thrashes once, which tears you in half.
I don't think it's a shallow river.
The last thing you process is
slow
water
moving
flooding your lungs and everything going dark. Your body sinks and the fish eats whatever's left. So water is definitely not the safe option.
He said a slow moving river, not a shallow one necessarily.
Well, in the next era, you're staying on dry land the whole time, so maybe this will be better.
I'd win.
Well, actually not.
I believe
because
you,
in the Carboniferous, staying on land works for about 15 minutes until you realize land has developed.
I do like how I know the Carboniferous one. Like, I forget all the other eras in his like in the ancient past a lot. Like Carboniferous, Carboniferous, I just know because I'm like, that's when the ferns were big. The big ferns. Yes, the big ferns. Spiders in the size of cats. But I just think it's like, that was when everything was big, especially the ferns, the Carboniferous, the ferns. Listen, there was giant bugs, but yes. Happy Star Wars Day 2 penance. I recognize this is just big, but it's big. He's big. But as soon as I hear Carboniferous, I'm like, big ferns. Gotta love big ferns. Some acted more like crocodiles. Cool.
Problems. The whole planet decided to become a forest. It's just these massive swamps full of trees that look like they're trying too hard, covered in diamond patterns and growing straight up to about 100 feet. Everything is wet and green, and the air feels thick in a way that's hard to describe. It's heavy almost, and there's a reason for that. Oxygen levels hit 35% during this time, which is way higher than what you're used to. And at first, this feels amazing because you can breathe deep and your muscles have all of this extra fuel, and you're thinking maybe this is the first era that doesn't immediately want you dead. But then you notice the bugs. The air is full of dragonflies that have 2-foot wingspans, and they're not the problem exactly. They're just the warning. The problem is everything else that crawled out of the nightmare factory Earth apparently built during this time. You're walking through the undergrowth trying to find something to eat when you almost step on what looks like a giant millipede, except it's longer than you are tall and thicker than your leg, just sliding through the leaf litter eating dead plants. That one's actually harmless, or at least it's not interested in you, but it's the size that matters because now you understand the rule here, which is that arthropods scale with oxygen, and during this time, oxygen is out of control. But then the scorpion finds you near a pool of standing water.
That's not good. That's not good. Oh no, that's not good. Oh no. Okay, yeah, no. Can I listen? I don't want to give it a chance. Can I just Control Z on this period? Can I just go whoop out of there, please? I think that I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to be a bug meal. Listen, I'd rather be. Can we go back to when the fish were eating me? There were several fish eating me. I'm fine with I'd rather the fish eat me. Strangely enough, because I'm afraid of sharks. But they're a fish. Non-shark fish are fine for me. I don't know.
Because you made too much.
What was the ocean life like in the Carboniferous period? I'm actually kind of curious. What was the ocean life like back then? Because I know a lot more about the land life because that was the biggest thing. Don't worry, the shortest period only lasts 60 million years.
Noise, or it smelled you, or it just got lucky. This thing is about the size of a large dog, shiny black with pincers that open and close. Well, it figures out
Layla, hi. Can we get a shout out for Layla? I don't think anyone wants to be a bug meal.
_Layla just resubscribed for 2 months. I don't think anyone wants to be a bug meal. A woman's meal, however. Anyway, happy Resublumi. Keep being awesome, X.
Thank you. Also, maybe Radio could eat me. I don't know. Hi. That's a one. Don't worry. Pogfish can only eat shellfish. Cool. I'm shellfish. I'm selfish. Oh, fuck, it can eat me. Oh, God. Listen, I'm very needy and selfish. Listen, I keep getting offered polyamorous relationships, but I want a girl to myself. I'm very selfish. I just want them for myself. They can eat me now. Oh, my God. I gotta learn how to be more giving and sharing. Oh, my God. Okay, I'm gonna go back and maybe say yes to some of those poly relationships. That might save me from these. Oh, no. I made mistakes in my life. I'm learning. Illumi would win. She'd finally have enough oxygen to stay in her maximum power level, and hyperventilation would steal all the oxygen from the bugs. How are you doing? Keeping well? I'm doing good. I'm a little bit sick, but I'm on the tail end of it. I hate spiders and arachnids. However, Novella and Radia, though, oh, true.
Your food or threat.
So true.
You freeze because you're not stupid, but then it rushes forward faster than you expected and drives its stinger into your calf. The pain is immediate and spectacular. The venom burns going in, spreading hot and electric up your leg. And
I don't like
within a few minutes, that leg stops working because the neurotoxin is shutting down the signals between your brain and your muscles.
I didn't realize we were watching a Morpars video. It's neurotoxin, as you expect. Wow, I thought I was watching someone else's video, but no. It was always a Morpars video. It always is a Morpars video. That's how you can tell, because it's got neurotoxin in it. It's got neurotoxin in it, yeah.
Your heart starts beating wrong, either too fast or skipping, and breathing becomes this manual thing you have to remind yourself to do. The venom kills you slowly for the next hour through respiratory failure. Or maybe you just pass out, and then one of the other giant arthropods finds you and decides you're dinner. Bones are receipts either way. Turns out high oxygen has a cost. Cost is that bugs can now kill you. Luckily for you, the next era drops oxygen way down. And somehow that makes everything worse because now the things trying to kill you have lungs that work better than yours do. The Permian is what happens when Earth decides to run a fever. You're standing in a desert that stretches forever, with red sand and rocks baking under a sun that feels personal about it. The air is thin in your lungs because oxygen dropped to 16 15%.
Jeez.
Breathing feels like you're at the top of a mountain, which you're not. You're just in hell's driveway, and your body is not handling it well. Every breath takes effort, and you're not getting enough
we really went the wrong
oxygen
direction
even
here.
when you're standing still, which is a problem because you need to move or the heat is going to cook you.
Hi,
It's
Helmo.
over 100 degrees, and there's no shade anywhere. Just open scrubland with some tough plants that look like they're barely hanging
Really,
on.
Otto? Wow.
Water is the main concern, and you managed to find some in a dried up riverbed where a little pool is left over from the last rain that might have been weeks ago. You drink it even though it tastes like minerals and dirt, because the alternative is dying of thirst in the next 6 hours. The second concern is food, and there isn't much, maybe some seeds or a lizard if you can catch one. You're weak from the heat and the thin air, and by the time night comes, you've managed to get a small fire going with some dead brush. Mostly because you know what happens to things that don't have fire when the sun goes down. What happens is a pack of gorgonopsids smells you from about a mile away and decides to investigate. These things are not quite mammals and they're not quite reptiles. They're sitting in this weird middle zone evolution was testing out. And they're about the size of a wolf with heads that look wrong and two huge saber teeth coming down from the upper jaw. They hunt in groups and they're smart enough to circle around your
I like how this makes it look like a badger. I don't know. Badgers are cute. Savage thing to follow. I do love that we do have like these stages in evolution that we know about. They're like, yeah, it's maybe it's not a reptile yet. It's maybe it's just a mammal. It's kind of just whatever. I just followed. Welcome in. I never thought about reed gorgons hunting in packs. Apparently, it's possible. It could be. Also, we don't 100% know everything about their past behavior. So sometimes like there's a little bit of speculation that goes on, and some speculation can be conflicting with the other speculation. You know, it happens.
Fire, staying just outside the light, and you can hear them making these hissing growl sounds while they figure out their approach. One of them rushes in to test your defense, and you swing a burning stick at it. It backs off, but now they know you're scared and tired and alone. The alpha, or the boldest one, or just the hungriest comes in from the side while you're watching the others, hits you from behind and sinks those saber teeth into your shoulder and neck. Teeth are designed to slice through muscle and hit arteries, and they do. And you're bleeding heavily while the rest of the pack comes in to finish the job. They tear into you while you're still trying to process what just happened. And shock takes over before the pain gets too detailed. Your body becomes food for animals that evolution is going to delete in a few million years. Which doesn't matter to you because it doesn't help you right now.
Take that. We're going to win in the long run. I don't care that you're tearing me alive. I'm going to win in the long run because I come after you in the evolutionary chain, which means that I'm successful for my time period. But like, to be honest, like we could still go extinct. It's kind of our own fault. Like, listen, we're kind of doing our own thing here. Listen, they went extinct because nature said, yeah, no. We're kind of being like, what would be really funny? If humanity, what if we went extinct? Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be like so cute if we were an extinct species? It's just like all the rage nowadays. Listen, we've been making other species go extinct day after day after day. And you know what? I think that we're kind of missing out on the trend. We need to catch up. We don't want to be like too passe. We want to passe away, if you know what I mean. I don't know. I'm watching Doctor Who right now. Awesome, Ari. I want to host a Prehistoric Earth marathon on Discord one day. Maybe.
No. And if you thought saber-toothed proto-mammals were the ceiling of prehistoric horror, the next era is when someone decided to invent dinosaurs and see what happens. It's the Triassic. Dinosaurs exist now, which sounds like the main problem until you realize that early dinosaurs were actually pretty small. The things you actually need to worry about are the giant land crocodiles that evolution built, but was still figuring out what dinosaurs should even be. The temperature is still hot and dry. Oxygen is slowly climbing back up, but it's not there yet, and you're in this scrubland with scattered trees and a serious need for water. You follow some tracks in the dirt. These are three-toed prints that might be from an early dinosaur, and four-legged drag marks that could be anything, and they lead you to a water hole. The water hole is one of those places where every animal has to show up eventually, because water is not optional, and this means predators know how to wait here. You're being careful, looking around before you approach, but what you're looking for is something in the water or something hiding in the brush, and you miss the thing that's lying flat on the rocks about 30 feet away. Plastosuchus is basically a crocodile that decided land was better than water. It's 20 feet long, walking on four legs that hold its body up off the ground instead of sprawling out to the sides. It looks armored and ancient and wrong, with a huge head full of teeth that are made for biting through bones. It was lying still enough that you thought it was a log or a rock formation in the distance, and the way you find out you're wrong is when it moves, going from perfectly still to running at you in about a second. These things can sprint when they need to, and you try to run, but you're not winning this race. It hits you from the side, all of that weight and momentum knocking you sideways into the dirt.
Largest part of the Triassic.
And the jaws close on your leg, and the pressure is instant. Bones break, and the teeth go deep into muscle, and it starts shaking its head side to side.
I'm sorry, I was using those. Can you put them back? I needed my legs to run away from you. Can you please just uncrack them, please? Thank you. Just be a polite neighbor, you know? You don't want to... Listen, if you want a cup of blood and viscera, I understand, but, like, you gotta ask first. You can't just take a girl's leg off like that. That's rude. That's rude. Also, I'm dying of anemia as my brain loses all the blood. Ugh.
Which is it either trying to rip your leg off or just how it naturally kills things. You are screaming and trying to hit it or push it off, and that's when it does the...
I do kind of wonder, like, what would the math, like, if you get, like, how you would, like, what would happen if you put a, like... So, like, a modern soldier with a fully equipped kit, like, they have their gun, they have, like, all their backup ammo, they have their backpack, they have survival gear. I do kind of wonder how long, like, someone who's, like, completely kitted up and ready to go with survival training could last in each of these eras. Because, like, there is, I mean, well, the first one, no one's doing that unless you have an oxygen tank. They will still get ripped apart, but I wonder if they would last longer. Like, that's what I'm curious. They live until they run out of ammo. I'm just like, because there also is a chance that, like, the weapons just don't work well enough. Like, they might not actually have enough stopping power, you know? Something, Dr. Stone. But we're not dealing with, like, monsters and stuff, you know? I mean, those are just, like, regular animals, not, like, this thingamabob. Also depends on whatever they're shooting at. It might be slightly bulletproof. Exactly. I do love Dr. Stone. I'm so caught up on it. It's so good. Cinderfall, thank you for the follow. Welcome in.
Death roll, which is exactly what it sounds like. It spins its whole body with your leg in its mouth, and your knee joint twists and tears, and something in your hip pops. The pain is so big and painful, your brain can't process it all at once. The roll probably kills you through shock and blood loss before the actual eating even starts.
Good!
And that might be the only good news you get in this entire scenario.
I feel better about that.
Triassic made crocodiles walk on land and hunt like wolves.
That's a good idea. That's a good question,
This was the legacy. But those are basically baby dinosaurs compared to what's coming, because the next era is where evolution stopped messing.
Thank you for the follow, Taz. And Cinderfall, thank you for the
Shannara
base.
Cinderfall cheered X250. Yes, can wait for your collab with CHELZOR tonight.
I'm so excited. Wow, Robot Lady can't say Chelzor. I'm super excited too. I can't wait. Oh my gosh.
Sing around and built some actual monsters. It's the Jurassic, and the forests come back. Real forest this time. Trees that make sense and ferns everywhere. And actual rainfall that doesn't feel like a punishment from God.
Yay.
And for the first time since you started this nightmare tour of Earth's history, you're thinking, maybe for once this could work out. The air has oxygen again, lots of it, enough that breathing feels easy and your muscles aren't screaming at you constantly. There are streams with clean water and the temperature is warm, but not murder hot. And you can hear animal sounds in the distance, which means there's food around somewhere. You're walking through this forest that honestly looks pretty nice, past trees that tower overhead and break up the sunlight. And you're so focused on not dying from heat or thirst or thin air that you forget to think about what else lives here. What lives here are sauropods, those long-necked dinosaurs that weigh more than a house. And you see a few of them through the trees just casually eating leaves from the canopy while their feet leave prints in the ground deep enough
they won't
to
eat
hide
me,
a
but they
person.
should avoid
They don't care
feet.
about you because you're too small to register as anything, which is almost nice until you realize their tails are swinging around at head height and could cave in your skull by accident. You're giving them space and moving through a clearing when you smell something dead. That thick, rotting meat smell that makes your stomach turn. And there's a half-eaten corpse of some plant eater in the grass ahead with flies swarming it. This is when you learn that Allosaurus doesn't just kill and eat on the spot. It leaves food for later and it comes back to it. And right now it's coming back. 3 of them actually, because they hunt in groups when the food is big enough to share. Each one is about 30 feet long, walking on 2 legs with tiny arms that don't seem useful
thank you.
and a head that's all...
Can we go back to the bugs eating me? I changed my mind. Bug time. Can we go back bug time, please? Bug time. Can we actually just go back to the one where I just suffocate? That one was a merciful death. Can I go back to suffocating, please? Thank you, please.
Jaw and teeth.
I don't
they
like that
spot
thing.
you immediately because their eyes are on the front of their heads and they're built for tracking movement.
Don't worry,
and
this
you're
will be
moving
fast.
because you're backing away slowly while your brain tries to decide if running would help you. It wouldn't. They're faster than you and they know it. And when one of them breaks into a run, the other two follow because pack tactics are in the job description. You try anyway because standing still while a dinosaur sprints at you just feels wrong.
Crystal,
You
thank
maybe
follow.
make it 50 feet before the lead predator catches up and hits you from behind with its head, knocking you flat. The weight of it pins you down, one foot on your back, pressing you into the dirt, and then it bites down on your neck and shoulder. And
Is it weird that I keep having hope in these? Like, the name of the video is how it feels like to die in every situation. So, like, the name of the game is we're gonna die here. There's nothing you can do to avoid it. But I keep being like, maybe we could find, maybe if we had a big enough stick, we could like poke it away. I mean, I know it's fruitless. Like, it's not happening. But like, there's some part of my brain that just keeps going like, there's got to be a way out of this. Like, I'm an optimist. You know what? I'm proud of myself. The fact that my natural reaction, even in a hopeless situation, is that there must be hope if I look close enough. You know, bear mace. Listen, even if there's no hope, apparently my natural reaction is to assume that there is, and that I just haven't found it yet. So even if there is absolutely no hope whatsoever, apparently my natural reaction is, there must be. I just don't know where it is yet. I'll find it. Step 1, make a tool. Exactly. We gotta do it. Like, come on. Lead's around here. It's pretty soft metal, but like, we can make like a lead spear or something like that. That would be toxic. Like, lead melts at the same temperature as a campfire. You could do it. A 44 round in the eye socket, that could be work. Or a lead spear, you know, a lead spear to the eye socket kind of works, you know. They're running at you. You just kind of aim for the eye and go boop. And lead's toxic, you know. Step 1, punch tree. You know what? You're so right. We got to do that. Then we can tech up to higher levels of things. A sling staff could do some rocks. Yeah. You just we gotta be faster. And like, this guy's taking his time muddling around. He's like, as soon as you spawn in, you're like, tools. Gotta make tools. You gotta do that right away. Good luck aiming and being calm in the face of death. As I said, when I'm in physical danger, I go completely calm and focused on finding a solution. Flint is a thing too. You know what? You're right. The problem is they're very much faster than us. True. You need a stone axe and pickaxe fast. Be the tool monkey that evolution made you. Pointy sticks or rock is tied to a stick. Exactly. Pointy sticks, gotta go for it.
Go deep enough to crack your collarbone and sever whatever arteries are trying to keep you alive.
I don't know
the
if
other two move in to feed while you're still
Flint
technically alive. And shock does you the favor of cutting
straight
off
down. You
most
don't have to
of
worry
the
about
pain
lava.
before your brain realizes what's happening to the rest of you. That's the Jurassic. Pretty forests, giant animals, and a food chain that you do not rank high on. But those dinosaurs are practically the prototype versions. Because the next era is when evolution spent another 80 million years upgrading them into something worse. Cretaceous Earth looks almost normal if you don't think about it too hard, with actual flowers growing on plants and forests that have leaves that you might recognize if you squint hard enough. Oxygen is up around 30% again, which your body loves, and the climate is warm but stable enough that you're not immediately dying from exposure. You're thinking this might be the first era finally where survival is possible for more than a day. At least the wrong...
I know this is prehistoric era. I hope we get up to modern time. And he's like, and then you were shot by someone who was angry that you were stealing his cattle for some reason. I don't know, like, or like, and then you got hit by a car because you spawned into the middle of like a New York traffic and we're not looking both ways. And then the cab that hit you just keeps driving while flipping you off in the back of the rear mirror. Like, I don't know, it'd be pretty good. Let me tell the car story again. Oh yeah, I once got hit by a car and I won. I was T-boned by a car while I was on a bike. My body left a me-shaped imprint into the car. My bike actually got thrown away without taking much damage, so I took all of it, and I dented the frame of the car. I did not break any bones. I got thrown back a little bit, and then my back got scratched up by the gravel, and that was all of the damage I took. Some mild bruising, too. Should have Falcon punched the car? What'd I come back into? I'm talking about how I beat a car in a fight, straight up. 1v1 me, bro. T1000 looking ass, actually. Lena Bittori, thank you for the follow. So yeah, no, I in the battle between LuminusRed and cars, I've won. When it comes to fighting, they've been winning and poisoning me by motion sickness for years, though. So honestly, it felt like it was just desserts for them. I nickel for every 2 muscle mommy VTubers got hit by a car and walked away. I would have 2 nickels. Who's the other one, Vivi? Ooh, 'tis but a scratch, indeed. I got hit by cycling on the way home from school. Unfortunately, it was on the hill of the town and just stumbled down the roundabout. No! I'm sorry, One Action. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Like, not a car accident, Lumi, but when you were talking about before, that's what I came back into? I can't remember. I don't know. Lumi's lesbian power protects her from the car? Exactly. The only thing that can hurt me is women, and I want them to hurt me. I'll thank them for it, honestly. A lesbian centaur VTuber I follow? Oh, I'll have to look into that. You have to send me the details in mod chat.
This takes a few hours to find you. There are dinosaurs everywhere now, every size and type, from duck-billed herds,
are women, you know.
meadows
What?
to armored tanks with tails that could break your spine if you got too close. It's loud out here. Animal calls are echoing through the trees, and the noise gives you something to track and avoid. The problem is that the predators here are better at this than you are at hiding. You're near a river trying to catch fish or find something edible, staying low and quiet. When you notice the birds go silent and the smaller animals stop moving, that's your only warning before a pack of dromaeosaurs come out of the undergrowth. 6 of them spread out in half a circle, each one about the size of a human, but built entirely for killing things. They have these giant claws on their back feet that are hooked and sharp, and their eyes are focused forward.
Oh, I don't like that.
Intelligence that makes you understand that these things are thinking through their attack. One of them makes a clicking sound, and the others are...
I saw that and immediately just stepped backwards. Like, that was like, my body was like, no, none of that. Do not be in that thing's gaze. Go the other direction now. There was no time for thought. My body was moving before I had even processed what I saw. Yeah, that's one from the projects update, the Dinosaur Project Jurassic Park. Ah, yes, indeed. No, I saw that and my body was like, nah, no, thank you. No, thank you.
And they're communicating tactics, which is deeply unfair for you. You grab a stick because that's all you have.
Yay!
The pack tests you by having one dart in and out while the others watch how you react. You swing and miss, and they learn from that. The next time, 2 come at you from different angles. You turn to face one, and the other one hits you from behind, jumping onto your back and sinking that giant toe claw into your side while its hand claws grab for the kill. The pain is immediate and sharp, and you're trying to throw it off when another one lunges for your leg and opens a gash from knee to ankle. They're working you down, taking turns slashing and retreating, and you're bleeding from multiple cuts before one of them decides to end it and goes for your throat. The claw hits your cardioid, and the blood pressure drops fast enough that your vision goes dark before you can process anything else. Your body drops, and the pack feeds. And somewhere in the trees, a Tyrannosaurus smells blood and starts moving this direction to see if there's anything worth stealing. The Cretaceous refined hunting into a team sport, and you were the ball. Eventually, an asteroid shows up and fixes the whole dinosaur everywhere problem.
We win.
That takes another 15 million years. For now...
Take that, freaking pack predators, being really cool and dinosaur-y. You lost to space. We've been to space. We're planning on living in space. We're kind of better than you in every single way. You can't beat space. We beat space. Well, I mean, we're kind of losing to space, but space is a cruel mistress, and I love fucking her every night. What?
This is the worst Earth has ever been at keeping humans alive, which is saying something given where we start.
I wish I could sleep with space. It's too good for me. I'm not good enough for space. I'll get there someday. One funny boy from outer space. Yeah.
Now let's move on to the Paleogene. The dinosaurs are gone when you show up here, which sounds great until you see what replaced them. You're in a tropical jungle that makes the previous forest look like parking lots. Everything is dripping and hot and so humid that you can barely see 20 feet through the mist. The temperature hovers around 90 degrees all day and doesn't drop much at night. And the air is thick with moisture and the smell of rotting plants and something else that you can't place. There are mammals now, weird ones, and birds that walk on the ground because flight apparently seems optional to them. The good news is that there's water everywhere and fruit actually exists for the first time in your entire journey through the mist for actual edible fruit hanging from trees that you can eat without cooking or praying it doesn't poison you. The bad news is that every mosquito bite you're getting carries something your immune system has never seen. Every cut is getting infected in the humidity, and your body is fighting battles on multiple fronts against microbes that have had millions of years to perfect their strategies. You've been here 3 days, and you have a fever that comes and goes. Your lymph nodes are swollen, and you're pretty sure something laid eggs under your skin because there's itching in places that shouldn't itch, but you're still moving and eating and drinking, which is better than most eras have managed. so you're still counting this as a partial win. The thing that ends you is a terror bird, which is evolution's answer to the question, what if we made a predator out of a chicken but made it metal? This chicken stands about 6 feet tall. It can't fly, and it has a beak that's designed to crack skulls open and tear meat. It's been tracking you for the last hour because you're feverish and moving slow and making mistakes. And when it decides that you're weak enough, it just walks out of the brush and comes at you directly because it doesn't need to be sneaky. You try to run, but your infected leg isn't working right and you stumble, and the bird is on you in seconds. The beak hits the back of your head first, crushing through skull bone with a sound that you hear from inside your own head. And that's probably the blow that kills you, even though the bird keeps hitting you a few more times to make sure. It starts eating before you've completely stopped moving, which is standard procedure for predators and deeply uncomfortable for you for about 10 seconds before your brain stops keeping track. Paleogene has flowers and fruit and mammals that are almost...
Hey, can we get a brain that stops taking track a little bit sooner? As soon as the brain's like, oh, we're done. Okay, we're just gonna turn that off, please. Like, I would like that. I mean, I know there's an evolutionary advantage to that. There probably isn't. But I think if the brain's just like, oh, we're done. Okay, bye-bye. Like, it's running at you and it's like, sorry, champ, you're out of this. You lost. You got lost. We're just gonna go boop. And then just kind of keep things safe here, you know? Just finishing watching your Pokemon video. Does your doctor know you faint that easily? Trust me, it's okay. My doctor's A-okay with me. I'm fine. It's all good. Danger Turkey V2.
Familiar. But the microbes here are the real predators, and they've been working on you since day one. The bird just finished what the bacteria started. We're getting close to the present now, which should mean that things are finally getting safer. But that is wrong. They are not getting safer.
Oh, my nose surgery is like a year out, but it's gonna be okay. You're fine. It's fine. It's fine. I have nose surgery in about a year, maybe a year and a couple months, give or take. We'll just say year, give or take. Well, that's general range. I don't know exactly. I think it's in April of... Actually, wait, we're in April. Wait, it's in April. I think it's in April of next year. We might actually be in an exact, like, give or take a couple days. They actually, exactly a year out, actually. I'm pretty sure it's set for April, I think, question mark. There's no face much. No, it's okay. I'm fine, good. It's May now? Oh, it's May? I got some blame blamage. Sorry. It's May now. Oh my gosh. Hey, well, you know what? My birthday is in 22 days, May 26th, and we'll be dropping a new plushie then. Oh my gosh. You too, eh? Me too, yeah. Turnpole, thank you for the follow. Lena Vittori too. But yeah, no. Imagine getting predator, be caught and your brain would shut down. Honey, have you gotten too many hits from Cotton Nail Bat? Aw, not enough, honestly. I need more. I need her to nail me more and more.
And in the quaternary, the cold hits you before you even open your eyes. It's the kind of cold that makes your chest hurt when you breathe and your fingers go numb in about 30 seconds. You're in the Ice Age now, 50,000 years ago. And the first thing you notice is that you can see your breath, and the second thing is that you're standing on frozen grass in the middle of a plain that goes on forever.
That's not good.
The sky is gray and low. The sun is weak even at midday, and there's a wall of ice on the northern horizon that's just the edge of a glacier covering half of Europe. This is the closest you've gotten to your own time. Close enough that the air feels right and the land looks almost normal. And you're gonna die here anyway because the temperature is sitting at about 20 degrees and you don't have the right clothes for this.
20 degrees is very nice. What the fuck? Oh, Fahrenheit. Oh, fuck. Okay, Fahrenheit. I'm just like 20 degrees. That's a nice day. It's like, oh no, it's 20 degrees out. The sun is shining. The birds are singing. It's nice and warm out. It feels kind of pleasant. It's the perfect day for a nice walk. And I'm like, the fuck? It's like, but you don't have the clothes for it, so you're gonna die. And I'm like, wait, did I spawn in nude? Am I gonna get arrested? What's going on here? I thought people would like me nude. I've been told that so much. Freedom units, the worst type of units. Yeah, it's American units. It's cold. It's even cold. What is that in proper units? -6 to be specific. I could go. I've shoveled snow in -6. That's not. I could honestly. I think -6 or 7 I could be fine with, as long as you keep like keep yourself moving. You're fine until like I get tired. Like as long as you just keep walking, your body should keep enough heat that you're not in a problem state. Personally, it's -10 where I am right now. Wow, 6, 7. You got caught 15-bit. Sorry.
Hypothermia works faster than you would think, especially when you're already tired from the 9 previous eras of getting murdered by nature. Your body starts pulling blood away from your extremities to keep your core warm, which means means your fingers and toes stop working right and turn blue, and you're shivering hard enough that it's difficult to walk straight. You need fire
Eventually you would die.
immediately. You manage fire because you've gotten good at that by now. You've had lots of times to practice that skill by scraping a spark onto some dry grass and nursing it into something that puts out heat. The shelter is harder because there's no cave nearby, and building something out of frozen dirt and dead grass is not gonna go well. Night comes early this far north, and it drops under 20 degrees, and your fire is the only thing keeping you from freezing alive. What you don't know is that smoke and firelight travel far in this empty landscape, and every predator within a few miles can see exactly.
When did humans show up? Because I thought that there was some maybe I'm wrong. Was there overlap? Were there humans alive at this point? Right here? Okay, so if this person went the right direction, he might be able to find a person or like a pack to live with probably around now. The thing is, if this is how to die. But like if you're trying to survive, if the question was how do we survive, what we need to do is try and find humanity. It's probably our best thing. We need to find humans quickly as possible. If you find humans, you're probably fine. Yeah, but around the equator, well, it depends where you get spawned in. You'll probably get impaled though. It's still your best chance.
Where you
around 10 million years ago, proper humanoid showed up nearly 2.5 million years ago. Got it. But are humans hostile? Better chance. I mean, they might think that you're a giant monster, but I look similar enough to them that maybe it's listen, it's not a good situation no matter what, but I think there's Neanderthals are hostile, but they can breed with us. So, that's a bad situation. Okay, I'm gonna not find the Neanderthals. Are about 4 feet tall. I could probably kick them pretty far. I know that they were dense with muscle and heavy, but I'm pretty sure I could still kick them pretty far.
Our cave hyenas hunt in packs here, and they're bigger than modern ones and meaner. And they've learned that fire usually means food, because the things that make fire are also made of meat. You hear them before they see you. You hear that whooping laugh sound they make while communicating, and then you see the eyes reflecting in your firelight. 6 or 7 of them are forming a circle just out.
There we go. One action's correct. I need to challenge them to a children's card game. I just gotta find the closest human civilization, put on my duel disc, and then challenge them to a duel. All of humanity has always respected the rules of Yu-Gi-Oh! You can't not. And as soon as you beat someone in children's card game, then they become pacified and your friend. And I'm pretty good at Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm pretty sure, I mean, listen, with modern deck building strategies and cards, I could beat them. Like, they probably just have, like, sacrifice tribute monsters. I can go freaking Link summoning. They think that they're like, I got summoned Skull on the field, I'm good. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna keep Link climbing. Okay, now I've got access code talker on the field. I'm going to use this effect, remove your summoned Skull, then I'm gonna beat you in the face. And then I'm going to just do a quick Link switch out to my Sky Striker, a boss monster, then punch you in the face again, and I win. See? I hate pendulum summoning so much. I getcha. They nerfed it a lot. It's not as bad. Those some words. Listen, see, this is pre-Egypt. Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't exist yet. But then how do humans survive? So our only survival method is Yu-Gi-Oh! How else are you supposed to survive if you can't play a children's card game with people? I don't know any other way. Spears? What? How many tributes is that? Is that a normal monster? Oh god. Beyblades. Oh, you're right. Okay, well, I've got a lot of Beyblades. Honestly, we got this. Honestly, I'm pretty sure like they're in the plastic generation still. We can bring out some X Beyblades. I think if you put an X Beyblade, even without the extreme rail, we just get some Beyblades and against those like plastic gen. Nah, they're getting toast. They're toast. It's done for. I'll freaking throw a wizard rod in there and they'd be like, yeah, try and beat me. It'd be on like 160 hex to wizard rod. 160 hex or wizard rod. You're not doing that with your plastic gen bullshit. It's not happening. Pokemon, they got fossils.
Inside the warm zone. You throw sticks and yell and try to make yourself bigger, which works for a while because they're cautious about the fire, but you're also exhausted and freezing and starting to make mistakes. One of them rushes in to test you and you don't react fast enough, and it grabs your ankle and pulls you away from the flames before you can stop it. The others move in once you're down. The pack tactics are efficient and brutal. They go for your legs first to keep you from running, then your arms when you try to fight, and one clamps onto your throat and holds while you're trying to breathe through the blood. The cold helps a little because shock sets in faster when your body temperature is already dropping, and you're unconscious before they start feeding on their dinner. Your bones get scattered across the steppe and covered by snow. In the spring, some early humans might find a few pieces and wonder what happened.
Common Rider. That's
probably not, because death was common and bodies were everywhere. They would just think, you were another person during this time that suffered the brutal fate they all
I'd be open to that
worried
tech,
about.
yeah,
You
for
made
sure.
it to within 50,000 years of home, close enough to almost see it. And the Ice Age killed you the same way it killed plenty of actual humans who were better prepared and had groups to help them survive. The ecosystem did not approve of humans doing a solo attempt. So here is what we've learned. Across 4 billion years of Earth's history, there's maybe a 10,000 year window where a human can exist without the planet immediately trying to end them. And you're living in it right now. Every other era we covered had at least one thing that was completely incompatible with human survival, whether that was unbreathable air, or water full of giant predators, or bugs the size of your couch, or just cold that treated your body like a freezer treats its meat. The dinosaurs had 150 million years to run this place, and they built an ecosystem where everything was either gigantic or venomous or sometimes both. And even after they left, the replacements were somehow worse, just in smaller packages. Nature spent billions of years testing different ways to kill things, and it got very good at it. The fact that you can walk outside right now without suffocating or getting eaten or frozen to death is basically a statistical accident. It's a narrow slice of time where the temperature was just right enough and the oxygen levels are just right enough, and the predators have learned that attacking humans brings consequences just the right amount of times. Every era before this was some version of a death trap, just with different specific methods for killing you. And the only lesson here is that time travel is a terrible idea. You should appreciate the boring normal present while you're allowed to just exist. Thanks for watching me talk about the horrible ways to die in prehistory. If you want more videos just like...
I listen to you. I shall not time travel. I am learning my lesson.
Just let me know down in the comments below and comment which era you think would be the most interesting to try and survive in. I'd love to know your thoughts. Make sure also subscribe to the channel, post notifications so you don't miss out on any of our future uploads. And if you want to watch another one of our videos, you can click the one that's on the screen right now.
Awesome. If you're watching this on YouTube, head on over to twitch.tv/LuminusRed and drop a follow. Come hang out. Until next time, my lovely Let's Stars. Bye.